So I'm just getting out here to a service call slash maintenance on a building that we have done maintenance for a long time, and then with all this COVID stuff, canceled their maintenance to try to save money. So I'm just getting out here after about, I don't know, probably about 8 or 9 months of not being out here. Went through everything, came to this unit that is having issues. Their complaint was no heat in the main portion of their building. Got out here, got into the filter compartment here, and the filters are plugged solid. I just actually changed these out. Got these all changed out here. And then next I checked in this compartment here, just kind of checked my belts and everything like that. Everything looked good. This is a bigger system, so it actually has 2 full heating circuits in it. On this circuit, right down here, it basically kept going to fire and then the flame would cut right out. So I thought it was just a flame sensor at first, so I pulled the flame sensor right down here and I just cleaned that up and I put it back in. I went to cycle it again for a second time and it did the same thing. I'm like, okay, you know, it took me a little bit to figure out what was going on. Then I kind of noticed, I got my head down lower and basically followed the flame going across. Obviously there's a bunch of in-shot burners here. And the flame literally stopped right here. It's so I basically pulled these little screws, I think there's 4 screws, took out this metal bracket, and then I could actually pull out individual in-shot burners. Of course, I shut the power off to do all this to make sure nothing was gonna be kicking on while I was working on it. And what I noticed is, I mean, I don't know how well you can tell in this video, but it's a very nice rainy day right now and very wet, and this thing hasn't been running for who knows how long. I think what had happened is some of the just wind blowing water into the exhaust here. What I was finding was a lot of water had been pooling up on this burner here, and everything was just all rusted up. So I actually pulled every single one of the burners. I cleaned them all with a wire brush, and then I put them all back in. Like I said, this one had a lot of water in it too, so I was trying to like blow out. I actually went and got my nitrogen tank and just tried to blow the water out so I could get that channel of gas going all the way across, all the way to the end. So I did all that, and then reapplied power, and then I went to fire it off. Everything actually fired off correctly in this one. So that looks like that was kind of the issue of that burner being plugged up. And then I also, I mean, I'm sure the flame sensor, I know on this particular unit in the past it's had a lot of issues with this flame sensor acting up, so that's part of the reason why I went directly to the flame sensor without even really watching the flame and everything at the beginning. But yeah, so now this circuit is good. I did make a note, and I'll make a note on my paperwork. If these burners continue to rust up or have issues not sending the flame across, probably just doing new burners here, as well as that flame sensor is kind of right where the water is pulling up to, and just to be safe, if I'm going to be doing that, I'll probably throw on the flame sensor. I mean, it's such a cheap, inexpensive part, I'd probably just do all of it at the same time. So yeah, I got that circuit up and going. What's nice about this particular model is right here you can see the lit up lights of what is actually it's calling for, if it's, you know, G, W1, W2, all those kinds of things. So I got that going, and then I got on over here to the second one, and it's kind of funny, it's a little deceiving, is this exhaust is tied in, so actually never mind, scratch that. So on this particular one, it was in a call as well, and what I've actually found is it took me a little bit to kind of dissect it, but I noticed the same thing. You can actually see it here. the moisture just dripping out of this corner. So it's the same kind of problem here. Is all these burners, I pulled all these burners, cleaned them, cleaned the flame sensor. I'll make a note as well on this particular one, but the actual issue on this one is I got a bad gas valve. It's energizing. I'm getting voltage here when it goes into a call. Every once in a while you can hear it click, but it's energizing, but it's just not opening the gas valve. A good way to test that is you can hook up your gauge right here. You can pull this little set screw out, screw into it, and then when it energizes and you have power and you're not getting any gas out, is how I diagnosed it. So that's what I have going on. This one is I got a bad gas valve on this circuit. So got half the circuit up so that at least you're getting some heat, but this other circuit is down. I'll put a note in the system just stating what I found, and I'm gonna let the people in charge here know at this particular site. But yeah, that's basically what I'm finding out here on this particular system. Like I said, first time getting out here after quite a long break they took from us just with all this COVID stuff. But yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Any questions, leave them down in the comments. But yeah, that's about everything that sums up this one.